Alright everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video with Fat Phil, and I want to talk today about Lightspeed bundles and when are they going to be returning, should they be returning, why aren't they on a monthly cadence, like should that be, is that the right, time frame, like what's going on with them, and this is a question that I get asked a lot, and so I'm going to kind of try to get all of your potential questions in one video, answer them, and give you guys just some food for thought on why the Lightspeed bundles operate this way, because I do think it is important to understand why they aren't this recurring bundle that we're seeing time and time again. So go ahead, guys, please like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know your thoughts. Let's give our shout to the channel members again, as always, for their continued support. If you're ever interested, that link is down below, along with a link to the Discord server. Please go check that out, guys. Thank you again for keeping the faith, making this community awesome. Whether you are on the council or you have been granted the rank of Jedi Master or Wampa, thank you guys for, supporting me in the videos. Hopefully you guys are enjoying, trying to get back to more regular content. Thank you again. Let's get into our video. Alright, so this kind of video comes off the back if we go to the Discord server here. So in the data mine from the Swago event server, the Jedi Allies Lightspeed bundle, the Luminara pack, is going to be returning on August the 19th, along with the first time release of the Coyote Mundi bundle for $20 as well. And this got some people kind of upset because they're like, well, why is that bundle returning and why haven't we gotten a return of the Starkiller bundle or the Beskar Mermando bundle or all these other ones? Like, why haven't we gotten these to return to us yet? So let's first kind of think about what the Lightspeed bundles have done for us. The Lightspeed bundles, if you've been paying attention, one of the big things that they have really, I would say, done with the Lightspeed bundles is they have made them sort of circular around the content in the game. You think like the Luminara bundle is to help you score better in the raid. Think about when we first got the Rey and Kylo bundles all the way back, what was that, October of last year? When we first got the Rey and Kylo bundles, and even, honestly, the Starkiller bundle as well. When we first got these, it was when the GAC change was happening and when GAC was getting more competitive. So it made sense to give us access to characters that would really help us in Grand Arena. Then we got the Beskar Armor Mando bundle, which was right around the release of Bo-Katan Mandalore. So, again, kind of making sense to give us access to that legendary character needed for Bo-Katan's event. Then we got all the Separatists and Galactic Republic bundles that tied into getting prepared for this Naboo raid. And then there was even that Night Sister bundle that came out, which all of a sudden is beginning to make sense because we got characters like Morgan Elsbeth and, Death Trooper Peridia, Night Trooper. We got some additional Night Sister type characters. So, all of it's kind of coming, full circle, if you will. So, here's, I think, the first reason on why we don't get a return on them. From the pure standpoint that if you knew that Lightspeed bundle was going to come back every single month, there's no urgency. There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of you feeling that need to purchase it now because you know in a month it's going to come back. So think about it, that if they were going to re-release that Night Sister bundle and you know that you're going to be able to get it every single month, when are you going to buy it? Are you going to buy it today? Or are you going to buy it in a year when you have the Zeta materials ready? That's why these Lightspeed bundles aren't this regular recurring thing. They know that, one, money today is always worth more than money tomorrow. But even more than that, it's players would game the system to buy the Lightspeed bundles when it more makes sense for them, and potentially even not buy them at all, because what if you don't have the excess materials to put on that team, then why are you going to purchase it? So I want to make sure that I think that's like the rule number one, is that they're not going to make enough money from them returning regularly. This is a gotcha game, right? The whole premise of this game is gotcha. So with the Lightspeed bundles, they gotcha. There's another side to it as well, that if you purchased a bundle, they want you to get a return on it. They want you to feel like you have an advantage over your opponents. That is another part of these kind of games. It's free-to-play, pay-to-win. If you're paying for something, you're paying for an advantage, and you want to be able to utilize that advantage. How many people are going to be furious, you think, at, who got their Kite Mundi free to play just this last territory battle, and now someone's going to go whale and get him to Relic 5 on top of that, It's part of the game, right? Like, you can't really be too upset because you were taking the free-to-play route. I'd say the only reason you could be upset is if you would have paid the $20 for the pack instead of doing all the work that you did to, earn those Kite Mundi shards. So I am going to preface that. I will have sympathy for the people who would sit there and say, I would have bought the Conehead pack if it was available to me. I was trying to find, there he is. I was trying to find Conehead for you all. So I do sympathize there. But otherwise, I think that we would game the system. If you knew Kite Mundi was going to come back every single month, you could kind of figure out whether or not when the right time to purchase it would be, and potentially you don't even buy it at all. Right? So there is a big part of that. But I also think a big part of the Lightspeed bundles is they're still trying to see the true impact of them. It hasn't even been a year since they released the Lightspeed bundles. And I think that they still aren't, I don't want to say fully convinced, but think about the difference between the Kite Mundi pack to some of these other ones. It's a single character to Relic 5, where some of these other ones for $10 were giving you almost every single character you needed for Galactic Legends. I mean, that's a big, big difference. So I think they're still in this experimenting phase. They're trying to figure out what should we put in the bundles, what makes sense, what characters can we add, maybe shouldn't we, is the price point okay, how is the player base reacting to them, not just in the, are they purchasing them, but how is the player base reacting in the game? Are they working on the things that they bought, or are they just kind of collecting dust? So, I think that another side of this is they're not ready to fully release these Lightspeed bundles without seeing the downside, or the downstream effect of it. That a lot of you kind of feel a Zeta crunch now. And I asked my channel members this question. I thought it was really good the way they answered it. They're okay with the amount of Zetas that would come to them naturally if it wasn't for these Lightspeed bundles. So there is an element that an artificial bottleneck has been created for certain players because they have all these relics and no Zetas to put them, to put on them. But I think that's a big part of the Lightspeed bundles, why we haven't got more. They are still trying to figure out the data behind it and see, should we make these Relic 7s instead of Relic 5s or Relic 3s, or, whatever the case is. They're tweaking around that system to find the sweet spot of what works best. And, guys, I want to kind of leave you with something, right? We're going to kind of leave maybe on this last point here about, the Lightspeed bundles as a whole. I would be okay if they had the Lightspeed bundles available to certain players, but maybe gating them behind something like the Hyperdrive bundle. Or that you have to buy like the Hyperdrive bundle plus Hyperdrive 2.0 or something. But if you want access to the Lightspeed bundles, you have to have purchased, X pack. And that simply opens up the ability to get these Lightspeed bundles. Because the players that I really feel the worst for with Lightspeed bundles are those people who weren't level 85 yet, so couldn't purchase that bundle. Like, that sucks. Like, being below level 85 and seeing all these other players who you were semi-close to now with all these relics in their account because they were able to whale on these Lightspeed bundles. I understand it. It sucks. That is definitely something that I think they should fix, is figure out how to make these available to somebody who is coming into the game for the first time, because there's, again, the whole point of them was to catch you up, was to be able to push more players into that end game. So you did a great job with that initially, but now we are how many months later, and there's still players who are sitting there below level 85 and they can't even spend on these, and maybe they want to. So I want to leave you guys with that. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment. I love you all so much. May the force be with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, my friends.